Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today is going to be a normal vlog. Yesterday was a little bit different. I uploaded something that was just short because some days I don't want to spend every single day filming constantly. So yesterday was me teaching Charlie a trick. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the links below. But today is going to be back to normal daily vlogs. So I've just finished mucking out. I didn't think I'd film it this morning because I filmed it loads. Now we need to go to an equestrian store to get some haylage, to get some feed. We found out today that our local equestrian store, they are closed because of lockdown, so they've taken the decision to close. I think equestrian stores and places that sell animal feed are allowed to stay open, but obviously they've decided for the health of their staff to close. But that's a really big issue for us because that means that we've now got to travel quite a distance to get the horses feed and things. So it makes our life a lot harder. So me and my dad are going to go today because we need food and we need haylage, and we also need shavings. However, not all of that is going to fit into the truck, and the trailer needs some work on it, so we can't take the truck and the trailer. So we're gonna have to do 2 journeys. I'm going to go with him on the first journey, and then he's gonna do the second journey on his own. The annoying part is that it is 45 minutes away, so it's a 45-minute drive there, and it's a 45-minute drive back, so that's an hour and a half wasted when we could have done it well within like 40 minutes there and back normally. So yeah, I'll stop blabbering. I'm actually quite nervous, if I'm being honest, because I've not left the house yet. I haven't left the house since we started lockdown under government advice. Obviously this is an essential. The horses have to be fed. We have to get there. They have to have bedding, they have to have feed, they have to have hay. So we've got to go out. So I'm going to take hand sanitizer, I'm going to wash my hands before I go, I'm going to wash my hands and remove my outer clothing as soon as I get home, so that I'm hopefully minimising my chances of getting corona. I'll only be touching what I need to. But yeah, it's stressful. Owning horses during this is really stressful. But anyway, I am kind of looking forward to getting out of the house and seeing what everywhere's like and seeing what we have to do. We've not been to this equestrian store since lockdown, so hopefully they're open. Their website said there was, and we'll see what measures they've put in place as well. But I'll stop rambling, let's get on with it. Right, let's go. So when we got to the equestrian store, the first thing I noticed is that there weren't many people about at all, but it was nice to get a bit back to normality and feel like we were doing something normal again. So obviously I had to go and check out all of the different coloured saddle pads, but I didn't actually purchase any because obviously we went to go and get some feed and only essential items, so I was trying to not be distracted by all the pretty colours. Now, people could walk around the store as they wished. The only thing that they did have was signs saying stay 2 meters away. It was more the paying that was different, I suppose. So we grabbed all of the things that we needed. We grabbed some things for the chickens, some things for the horses, and some things for the pigs. And then when we came to queue up, they had X's on the ground, so you had to stand 2 meters away, so all the X's were 2 meters apart so that customers were, you know, standing too close together. And then when you paid, they put everything through the till and then stepped 2 meters back so you could step forward and pay, and there was hand sanitizer and everything there. So obviously if you touched a card machine that other people had touched, you could sanitize your hands straight away and stuff like that. So I thought it was actually a really good system. It seemed to really work well. The main difference was that because we'd ordered some bulk items like haylage and bedding and things, we had to be 2 meters away and the people at the store had to put it in your car. So you open the car up and then you could either be in the car if it was like the boot was far away, or you had to stand outside 2 meters away while they loaded the car for you. And that was pretty much our trip. It was a little bit strange, but it was nice to sort of feel like I was back to normality. But obviously guys, don't go out unless you have to. As I said, this was essential. My horses have to eat, so that's why we went out. So we just got back and I've just been around the house. I've changed my clothes, I've washed my hands really thoroughly, I've sanitized my phone and my camera because I was touching those. I've done everything that I think I can to minimize the chances of me catching COVID-19, but who knows, obviously there is still that risk with having left the farm, but it was essential, as I said. I also didn't touch my face while I was there, anything like that. So if you are going out to your equestrian store, your livestock feeder or whoever, or even just to the supermarket, please be careful and let's try and do our best to minimise the spread. So now my dad's gone back to go get shavings because we couldn't fit it all in the truck. So he'll be coming back with the second load soon. And I think I'm going to bring Charlie up, give him a quick groom, and then I am exercising him today. The weather is horrible. I really want to go back to last week when it was sunny and beautiful and it just made everything so much easier. I feel like I'm really feeling it today, like being stuck in, sort of having to go through such a rigmarole to just get our horses fed. The weather, everything's making it seem really bleak at the minute, and obviously the current situation. We heard on the news yesterday from the government and the health advisor and everything that this could go on for 6 months, guys. 6 months is a long time. But anyway, no negativity, only positivity on this channel. Just a bit of I'm having a wobble, but it'll be fine. We have horses to ride, we have things to do, I have you guys. So let's go get Charlie and we'll see what we do with him. I think I'm gonna lunge him if I'm feeling brave. If not, I'll stick a saddle on him. He hasn't been in work, and I now want to get him back into consistent work, and because I've got the time, and I really want to ride him every single day, and then obviously some days he'll have rest days, but I want to work him every day if I can, and if I can lunge him, that would make my life a lot easier. So we'll see how he comes in, and we'll see what mood he's in, because spring fever has hit, guys. All the horses in the fields are galloping about and bucking and just being really fizzy with us. Lucy, luckily, touch wood, hasn't been too bad to ride. Chili, who I know a lot of you keep asking, am I still riding Chili? Do we still have Chili? Where's Chili? Yeah, he's here. But what happens is, so during certain periods, I ride Lucy, mum rides Chili, then we swap. Then I ride Chili for a period and my mum rides Lucy. It's just so that we can make progress, because if I do Lucy Chili, Lucy Chili, Lucy Chili, or stuff like that, the horses don't get daily sort of rides. I could ride them both in a day, but my mum also wants to ride. So we take it in sort of stages. So at the minute, because Chili is very fizzy, he's being very naughty, and it's spring fever time, I'm a lot smaller than my mum. I'm only 5'2", he's 17 hands, and he's a big horse for me to control, so I struggle more than my mum does. She's also got 30 years of experience on me from riding, so mum's taking over Chili at the minute. She's riding him and dealing with him and going to sort of work in. So after I ride Lucy, normally my mum goes and rides Chili, but obviously my mum doesn't want to be on camera, so I'm not going to put that on here. So don't worry, I still ride Chili, he's not being forgotten. It's just that my mum's taken over him for a little while, and also due to the pressure that's on the NHS, I don't want to be selfish and ride Chili just because I want to ride him, when there's a lot bigger risk of me falling off than there is my mum. Just because Chili listens to her better. She's a lot bigger than me, which helps a lot with him, and as I said, she's got more experience. So with all of that said, I'm gonna start rambling. We're gonna go get Charlie, we're gonna groom him, and we're gonna exercise him. Right, so he looks like a gigantic shabby foal at the minute, so let's try and get some of that fur off and get him looking a little bit more like he normally does. got this from Harper Charlie. Oh my goodness. So this is the end result, and that is how much fur we got off him, which is incredible. I really don't like him with braids in, or plaits, whatever you want to call him, because I think he looks silly. But it's the reason I've done it is so that it keeps his neck cool, because obviously having all that hair on it means that he overheats quite easily. Hello. Hello. So for that reason, and also because he's not been very well, I'm going to ride him today, and we're just going to go very steady. I'll talk you through what my plans are with Charlie and everything, but I'll do that as I'm riding, so I'll put a voiceover in that just because it saves time. But yeah, let's tack up. Oh, I'll just, you know, break my brushes. So Charlie hasn't been in consistent work since before winter really, and even then he wasn't really going as well as he could be. So what I would like to now do is very slowly introduce him back into work. Now there are a few things that we need to consider. Firstly, he's not been very well. He seems to have a bit of a respiratory trouble, so we are not going to be doing much work. It's going to be walk and trot for a little while, and then we'll introduce canter when he gets a little bit fitter. So also he's very fluffy at the minute, which means he's getting hot very quickly. Obviously you saw the amount of hair that came off him. He's shedding a lot, so it won't be long until he has shed his coat. However, he is still very fluffy, so I can't do much work with him anyway unless I clipped him, and that's just never going to happen with Charlie. So slow and steady is definitely going to win this race. We're just going to try work him each day, just a little bit more each day, slowly build him up. If I think he's starting to struggle with his respiratory or he starts coughing or anything, obviously I won't be riding him. But at the minute, the vet's advised that he seems fine. He has had a bit of a cough, he has lost a bit of weight, but there's no reason currently that we think to not be riding him. So we're going slow and steady and building up that fitness. So obviously I have edited the clips. There was a lot of walking in between this. There was probably double the walking that there was trotting, but I know just watching Charlie walk about an arena isn't very entertaining for you guys. We did do some movements, we did some serpentines, we worked on circles and his bend and things like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything we did but today was day number 1 of bringing him back into work. And to say that Charlie hasn't had his saddle on his back for a few months, he was good as gold, as always. So obviously I untacked Charlie, gave him a quick groom, and then I put all of the tack back in my riding hat. Then I cleaned up the yard, so I just gave everything a sweep because whenever Charlie's up it just seems to create so much mess. Emptied this on the muck heap, and then it was time to turn him back outside.
Good boy.
And don't worry guys, we are still practicing his trick.
Smile. Good boy. Good boy.
So I actually originally planned to ride Lucy today as well, but if I'm honest, I am far too tired. Grooming Charlie took a lot longer than I thought it would. I've not even eaten yet and it's 3 o'clock. So I should probably go and eat. Obviously we've had a long morning travelling to and from the equestrian store. Charlie took a long time to groom. I'm really happy with him in the arena. His breathing still isn't right, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on him. He's also looking really thin. I know to you guys he doesn't because he's really like fluffy. He's literally fluffy, but he's really like tucked in at the minute. There's just something not right, but pushing him, he seems quite comfortable. We'll just have to see. I'm gonna up his feed, up his hay a little bit. I mean, he eats a lot, so this is very unlike Charlie to be on the thin side. We're normally struggling to get weight off him, which is a little bit worrying, but we'll see. We are in contact with our vet. At the minute, she thinks it doesn't warrant a trip out, but we'll see. If he deteriorates, if he picks up. Hey guys, so it's actually a lot later now. It's 8 o'clock at night. But I'm just going to check on the chickens and all the other pets. So sorry if the quality is not very good, but it is quite dark now. As I said, it's 8 o'clock, but the clocks went forward, so it's kind of like 7. So it's not fully pitch black yet, but it is quite dark. So at this time of night, I just come, and normally the chickens are in bed. So we're gonna lock them away for the night and close off their little feeders. So we'll do that now because I've just got here. So as you know, we have a collection of ex-battery chickens. I'll start by locking this group away. Are we all in? I believe so. And then I just go down here, close their little feeders so no pests can get in. I also come and check this little section. That's just a little indoor section for them when it's sort of raining or anything. That chicken needs to go to bed. If any of the chickens are still awake, then my dad comes down later and locks them in, because there's always one that doesn't want to go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. It's night time. The clocks may have gone forward, but it's still night time. So these chickens are gonna have to be put away in a bit because they're not having any of it. These ones are all away, aren't you guys? Yep. And then in here we have one chicken that can't be with the others because she gets bullied. And she has her little home for the evening. I'll close her up. A night chuck. And then this comes inside. So that is the chickens done for the night. Apart from them, my dad can come down and put them in once it's actually got dark. So the other bunnies have access to their runs all night, but the little one in here, the light's there, that's why it's so bright. But little Slither in here gets locked away. So I just like to say night to her, wherever she is. She's in there, you can't see her. Lock her away for the evening. Right, so now I'm going to pop and see the horses and check they're all okay. There's something about coming in on a night and the horse is kind of half waking up. It's just really sweet. So I just thought I'd show you all of them because it's not very often I show them all in sequence. So for anyone who's new to my channel, this is Charlie. Then next up we have Lucy. Here you go. Grump, you grump. Then we have Mr. Chili Pepper. So this is Chili. Here's the big grumpy boy who's been very naughty at the minute. Then over here we have Danny. Hey up, Dan. Hello, mate. Hello, gorgeous man. Such a good boy. I'm getting kisses. Danny knocked my dad out tonight. He spun around in his stable because they're all really jumpy with it being spring fever, and he knocked my dad on the head and my dad was on the floor, so we think he knocked him unconscious. But yeah, you have to be careful around horses, guys. They have very big heads. And Danny's soft as a brush, but when he moves quick. You didn't mean to though, did you, Dan? No. He says I'll give you kisses. Good boy. Good boy. Then down here we have my little stress head. Taffy, you wanna come say hi? He's like, I might do. He's my old boy. Hey Tiff, you're my old boy. Yeah. And then over here demanding some attention is the little diva herself, little Caramel. What are you doing? For something so cute, you are so naughty. It's like, I know. So that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoy this video. I am posting every day at 12, so don't forget there will be a new video tomorrow at 12. And please subscribe, and if you do, turn on the bell icon so that you get notifications every time I post a video, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.